Shalom, Mr. Brother Elad, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim, pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity. The title today is going to be Leadership of Eve versus Jake. And the subject really just going into the spirit that differentiates between Jake leadership and Esau's leadership. So whether Israel, the true Israelites, which are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, were whenever as a nation we were either low or high in general, or as a nation, the men of the Lord were there, in the midst or in the vicinity. And I got examples of the Lord, Apostle Paul, King David. They went to battle with their men, So John 13:14, if I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. So Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, is leading by example. That's leadership qualities. As a matter of fact, Lord willing, I'm gonna get this picture. I'm gonna get this picture if I may. I just posted in the thumbnail. But back to the subject. It says Philippians 1:23, for I am in a strait betwixt two, having desire to depart and to be with Mashiach, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. Excuse me. Forgive me. So yeah, you have even Paul, he knew it was needful for him to be with amidst the body, the congregation, because the scripture says he had the care of the churches. He talks about how who burned and he was not offended. He suffered along with his brethren. He carried his cross. He did the work among his brethren. He wasn't hiding away and no, he was there. The men of the Lord saw him and they walked with him. All right, King David, 2 Samuel 21:15. Moreover, the Philistines had yet war again with Israel, and David went down and his servants with him and fought against the Philistines, and David waxed faint. I'm going to get right to this point right here with the wax faint, but I'm skipping down a verse that says 2 Samuel 21:22. These four were born to the giant in Gath and fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. So King David was with his men in war. And it said David waxed faint. Basically, he his body wasn't with him. I'll just say that. His body wasn't with him at the time, Whether it was ailments, whether it was, old age, whatever. In general, Jake was still in the vicinity. Even if your men had to get you to fall back a little bit, Jake still wanted to be there. But King David was on the battlefront, waxing faint, and that shows the spirit that Jake in general, they just there. Whether it's in combat, whether it's in suffering, whether it's whatever, Jake is there or in the vicinity. So Esau, however, is different. He a tyrant. He'll send his troops all the way around the world with a body camera, and so he could watch the fight from the safety of his situation room. He like to be far away from the scene. He don't want to be nowhere in the vicinity of his dirt. He sent his goons and his men to go do something that he would never do himself, basically. The spirit of Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, right? It's not in him. His spirit in him is not upright, as the scripture says. It's a completely different spirit with E. Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? he should not take pleasure in his goods, and that's what he does. That's what Esau is to himself. He destroy his own people just to get to you. There is none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he do it good, he do it there unwillingly. At the last, he will declare his wickedness. This is the same guy who he can't go to sleep unless he create a device to do wickedness, unless he create a crack to flood your neighborhoods with, or plan to red line your buildings and make sure you can't live in certain area codes, unless he creates some type of system where he put a bunch of guns and drugs in your neighborhoods, right? He can't sleep right unless he's designed some hidden agenda to oppress the true Israelites, right? So, you know, and it's just like the Edomite elites too. You never see them. You don't. They just hide in underground. They, you know, of course, you got their puppets through who they let you select, and not you as the people. Really, they select the presidents and politicians. They select these people. They select who's in charge, the ministers of certain countries and whatnot. But they themselves, the elite Edomites, you don't see them. They behind the scenes. They in dark shadow. They hiding somewhere. They never in the midst of the people like that. You won't see them leading by example. You won't. So Lord willing, this is edifying. It's still so many more examples that I can use to go into this. But whether Jake was high or low, Jake was there with they people. You know, it's just Jake's spirit in general, especially the men of the Lord. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to the Akim pushing their truth, sincerity, and charity, risking their lives and freedom to do so. I'm the brother Yalad, signing out. Shalom.